Hello everybody, it's Monday, November 14th. This is after, well, for us it was Tropical Storm Nicole. Talk to you guys a little bit about the pond and just some of the issues with rainwater and runoff. This spot is still kind of an issue, but it's better than what it was. You can see we dumped or had somebody dump a bunch of rock here, but this area right here is a real low spot. So all the rain from this part of the field comes right down through here and dumps in here. So the landscape guy we hired said dump a bunch of rock in there and that'll stop your erosion. Well, the good news is it did stop the erosion here because the dirt's not going past the rock. The erosion out there is no big deal. That's kind of what you want to see because all that was from up here. So now it's no more dirt from here is washing there, but the rainwater is now washing that farther out, which I guess is really what it needs to be doing. So that's kind of good and bad. We need more rock here, but that's, another expense for another day. But, at least the erosion has quite drastically slowed down. We got to get this fixed, but the biggest thing is just getting grass to grow out here. And for the longest time, we didn't have water, didn't really get much rain. So again, we got to get grass seed all along this bank. We got to smooth it out. But I mean, that's a big project. So it's one of the things obviously on the list, but something you just work at a little bit at a time. We got quite a bit of rain through the tropical storm, but we weren't here. You can see the water levels up a little bit in the pond. Down here at the storm ditch, it held up great. Everything worked the way it should. So we'll walk down here real quick. The grass still looks good, that winter rye. Winter rye is really doing good. This used to be a big area where we get a big washout, but now that it's filled in, there's ryegrass holding the roots structure, so now the runoff and the washout isn't as bad here. This washout you see is from our storm ditch. So the storm ditch held up great. No washout whatsoever. A little bit of this dropped down like it did the other day when we had rain, but that's to be expected. So all that rainwater went down through there and out there and washed out just the way it should. So based on the amount, I don't know, of washout there, I would say that this storm ditch gets about as much rain as that washout up there. So although everything did what it should do, like I said, we weren't here for the tropical storm. I was kind of disappointed, but we ran and got tools and some clothes out of storage because the highs this week are like in the 50s and 60s, and when you have clothes for South Florida and not for North Florida, you kind of need your clothes. And I needed my tools to work on the loft project. So that's kind of where we're at. So again, here we are. Like I said, we went down to Emily's mom and dad's, grabbed a bunch of tools, grabbed our bins full of clothes, because all that stuff's, well, not the tools, but the clothes will be in the storage up in the loft. So got those out of there. So we decided versus sitting around here and watching it rain, we go get tools, which are kind of a priority. And again, the weather's dropping, so most of our jackets and long pants and stuff were in storage there, so we got that stuff. Update on the Icon thing from Harbor Freight. Explained the situation. They were very apologetic. They decided to give Emily a $300 gift card to Harbor Freight, so that was a good thing. But it turns out they don't set it up, so we got to set this thing up. Shouldn't be too hard, but we have to set it up, so that'll be a fun little project. One of these things weighs like 400 pounds, so we'll see how that goes. But Harbor Freight did a really good job about making things right. The project I'm working on today is trying to get the bathroom framed out, or the toilet framed out. Not really a full bathroom, so got that wall up. This took a little while because I had to start really thinking about this and what I was going to do and how we were going to do it and all that other good stuff. And what I thought is I really don't need a 10-foot high ceiling in a bathroom. So I want to have some storage up there. So what I'm going to do is put a 2x10 beam, since I got plenty of that left over there. Run joists here, and then there's going to be some storage up above the toilet. So also it helps frame out the door. So that's what we're working on today. That's why I needed my tools. But then the bad news is I got my nail gun serviced right before I put it in storage, but that was 2 years ago. Never used it. Tried to use it today. My compressor works with the generator. Weston's was too big. So fired up the generator, compressor worked, but then the nail gun wouldn't fire. So now what I gotta do, take the nail gun in, get it serviced. But until then, we'll just continue hand driving nails, building the wall and framing that out. Fast forward about an hour later, I got the side wall secured to the back wall. I got the front wall anchored at the bottom with a wedge anchor. I have not secured the 2x10 yet, but wish I could have recorded trying to get that section of wall up, because I had to lift it just enough to get it over the bolt to the wedge anchor down there. And then I only had like 1.5 inches of space up there to lift it up. So there's a reference about a monkey and a football, and that's kind of what it was like. But it's up. I just got to get it secured, probably through bolt it there to the steel building. And then we're gonna run some rafters in there, or some floor joists rather, sorry. But some floor joists in there, and then that'll make a nice little storage area up there for, I don't know, whatever we decide. So got this framed up, secured to the rafters up ahead or up above. Got the joists in here. A little bit overkill, but I'm just working with what I got. So, gonna put a piece of 3/4 inch plywood up there. So, nice big storage area. Again, a toilet. I have to go get lumber. I found out Capital City Lumber does have a 2x10 by 20 foot. So I won't have to piece that together. I think it'll look better. So I gotta get that. They also have 3/4 inch subfloor, tongue and groove for $35 a sheet. So Home Depot and Lowe's were about 50 bucks a sheet. So it's gonna save, I don't know, I mean 10 sheets, about 150 bucks by getting it at Capital City Lumber. So gotta go pick that up. Probably do that tomorrow or Wednesday. Supposed to rain tomorrow, but also I gotta get the tractor. So that's where we're at with the loft. Again, it's all framed out, ready to go. Just gotta start running some plumbing, but get the decking up there and start organizing this mess, because right now it's like somebody's garage threw up on the floor. It's just kind of ridiculous. So probably when Emily gets here, we'll probably start to unbox these crazy things. That way we can get everything else slowly organized. So Emily showed up. We're unboxing her tool chest, or our tool chest, or whatever. It's really hers. So we had choices with color. I thought the green and black was pretty cool. They also had red and silver, which looks too much like Craftsman. They had black and silver, which, I don't know, it's just too much black. Then they had a blue and I think silver. So I thought the green and black just kind of stood out. Plus it matches her plasma cutter. All that stuff's kind of bright colored anyways. So, what's that?
The gilt green.
Oh yeah, and the gilt green from our forging place. So I think it looks good. We'll see how hard this thing is to put together. We got the workbench or chest down. Got the workstation out, but we need a 13/16 drill bit. Trying to say that 3 times fast. To drill holes in the stainless steel top here, and then we bolt with lag bolts that on top of here. That also weighs 200 pounds, so I think I'm gonna have to wait for Wes to come and help me pick that thing up anyways. But we're kind of on hold because we need a, once again, 13/16 drill bit. So that's where we're at for the day at Deer Run Farms.